So we'll stand, we'll hold our jerseys up. Yep. With jerseys. Okay, Darius, I'll take your jersey. Thank you. Thank you. All right, and then we'll take a seat.
Great to see everybody here on this fantastic morning. And thanks for being here to welcome the newest members to the Kings family, Darius Acuff Jr., Emmanuel Sharp, and Alex Karaban. First, I want to recognize the guests that are in attendance here today that accompany these young men. Darius's father, Darius Acuff Sr., his mother, Darius Owens, his sister, Deanna Todd, family friend and mentor who I've known for a long time, Rashad Phillips, and his team from WME, one of the top agents in the business and a friend for many years, Mr. Bill Duffy, Justin Haynes, Chris Gilbert, and Lauren Gillis. With from Emmanuel's side, his parents, Mr. Derek Sharp and Mrs. Tina Sharp. And also I want to recognize Alex's parents who are back home in Boston, Olga and Alexei Karaban. Welcome from afar. Before I get started, I also would like to recognize the support from the many parties that have been involved in this process over the last several months, starting with our ownership group, our business side leadership, and the entire basketball operations department. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all for your continued support and your role in this process. As we approach this year's draft, we had a clear vision of what we wanted to add to this organization. We prioritize talent, basketball IQ, competitiveness, character, and the potential to make a long-term impact. Those are the traits that we believe are essential to building a long-term, sustainable, winning organization. Equally important, we wanted to get players who we knew and believed fit our culture that we're establishing here in Sacramento. Darius, Alex, and Emmanuel all reflect those values, and we're excited to welcome them to the Kings. A few words about Darius. Dynamic offensive creator, a young man who can score from all three levels, at the rim, mid-range, and a very good three-point shooter. He led the SEC in both scoring and assists as a freshman. The first player and freshman to do that since a guy by the name of Pistol Pete Maravich, for I'm sure many of you have heard from. High-level playmaker and someone we're excited to have here with the ball in his hands for many years to come. Alex Karaban was one of the most accomplished players in college basketball. He's the winningest player of all time in UConn Husky history. That says a lot. Two-time national champion. So he brings a winning pedigree. He's an outstanding shooter. He's a connector. He does all of the little things that are important when we're talking about winning basketball games. And Emmanuel Sharp was a leader of one of the best programs in college basketball this year at the University of Houston. He was also the 2025 Big 12 Player of the Year in their tournament. He's one of the top 3-point shooters in the country, and he's Houston's all-time leader in that category. He brings both leadership and winning pedigree. And what else excited us about all three of these young men? They all played for Hall of Fame coaches in college basketball. Darius played for John Calipari at Arkansas, one-time national champion. Alex Karaban played for Danny Hurley, outstanding coach, 2-time national champions. And Emmanuel played for Kelvin Sampson, someone who I've known back in going back to my college days, who's an excellent coach, been to the Final Four a number of times. So we're excited that they bring that learning and that pedigree with them. We're excited to have them here in Sacramento, and we're looking forward to seeing them play later this week in the Cal Classic and beyond. So with those opening comments, I'd like to open it up right now for questions. Okay.
Hi, my name is Graham Womack. I'm with the Sacramento Bee. A question, free agency will be opening pretty soon. Do you anticipate adding a veteran point guard in free agency?
We're here today to talk about the draft, so I'm not going to talk about free agency today, in all due respect, okay?
Hey guys, here in the second row, Sean Cunningham, KCRA. I wanted to ask each of you, if you don't mind, just you guys touched down last night and you see all those fans out there. What did it mean to you to get that kind of ovation and welcoming here, and just how does that kind of open the door for what lies ahead here in your basketball journey?
It means a lot. It means a lot. I mean, this is a new chapter for all of us, and ever since I've worked out with the Kings, just hearing about how passionate the fans are, and to see that right when I landed the airport, it means a lot to me. And it was a super warm welcoming, and it's just an exciting feeling to play your best basketball out here for the fans.
Yeah, more of the same. It's a great feeling, getting off the plane. It's kind of caught me by surprise. I wasn't ready for it, but they're great fans. It just shows how invested they are, and that's all you can ask for in a fan base. So I can't wait to be out there on the floor, with them cheering for us, and light the beam.
Yeah, like you said, since I've been here, all I've been hearing about is the fans. You get a sense of it when you look like in front of the arena, you see people out there. But I can just tell it's a great city, great fans. No matter what, I know they go support you. So, like they said, I just can't wait to get it started and just ready to hoop again for sure.
Darius, over here. When you hear the term face of the franchise and stuff like that's been thrown around about you specifically, does that put pressure on you, or you embrace that, or what does that mean for you?
No, I don't really feel pressure. It's just basketball at the end of the day. We all been hooping for a long time, so I just go out there and play my game for real.
Kevin?
Hey, over here, Kevin John, ABC 10. Welcome to Sacramento, all of you guys. Emmanuel, we were actually on the same plane yesterday. Anyway, going off of the previous two questions, you guys obviously know you're coming to a franchise that has not made the playoffs in 3 years, since 2023. And you see the excitement here. You see how much this fan base is starved just for incredible basketball, and obviously will support you guys unconditionally. What do you want the Sacramento Kings fan base to know about you guys as people, as individuals? And then my next part of that is, how excited are you guys to take on the challenge of, moving this franchise forward and being that trajectory of taking this team back to the promised land?
It's a great challenge to have. We're all, like you said, great players that come from great coaches. So we have, great standards, good principles that we play and live by. So we're just excited to come in and make a difference, bring our winning qualities. It's already a great organization. So every year is a new chance to start something great. So I think this group can help, along with the great players that they already have here.
I'm going to add something to that. With all of the activity and hoopla that was going on yesterday with their arrivals, each one of these young men made sure that, look, I need time in the gym. So every one of these guys you see up here worked out yesterday. So that lets you know, gives you some insight to who they are and what the game means to them. And again, those are qualities that are important to us. We want guys that value and love playing this game. And so as soon as they hit the ground, that was one of the first things they wanted to do. So hopefully that adds a little context for you too, Kevin.
Darius, number 5 is right over here, buddy. Right there. Number 5 is a well-respected number within the Kings organization. First off, did you have to do any negotiation with Meek to get the number at all?
Nah, he reached out when I first got drafted. Welcomed me to the team. I already had news that he wanted to kind of change his number a little bit, so kind of just had an easy process. Just got the number. Just shout out to him though, for sure.
Speaking of teammates, to have Keegan here, to have Dylan here, just for all 3 of you guys, just how much does that mean that on such a special day like today to have your teammates here?
Yeah, it mean a lot. Just to see them, see the guys you're gonna be sharing the floor with in a couple months. When we was up there, they was working out, so just to see them down there grinding just like we do, it's great to see for sure.
Yeah, same. It's good to see, guys that you're gonna be spending a lot of time with. It's good to, start them bonds now. I feel like that's a good ground for, a good team is having players that are connected. So just getting that started now, and it's like Darius said, seeing them in the gym, that's what we're all about. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much covered it all, but super excited to learn from them. I mean, they epitomize what it means to be a king. So just want to learn from them, get better with them every single day, and ultimately just win.
Hey guys,
And I just want to thank them for being here too as well. So that I don't want them talking about me that I didn't recognize them like that. So I appreciate both you, Dylan, and Keegan for being here.
slightly to your right, Tristy Rodriguez, NBC Sports Bay Area. Along those lines, you guys just talked about your teammates. Have been added to the team group chat yet? Has anyone in particular reached out to you? And also, is there a player particular that you're most excited to play with?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of the players reached out. I know Domas reached out, Neek, Precious reached out, and I'm excited to be with Keegan. I mean, I've seen him a bunch throughout this pre-draft process, and just watching him play, just the way he shoots and just the way he's been able to make an impact ever since he stepped into this organization is someone I'm excited to learn from and really just spend more time with.
Yeah, I mean, same. Neek reached out to me too. Montes too. Just good to hear from some of the guys. I still gotta find my way into that group chat. But yeah, like I said before, I'm just excited to get to know the rest of my teammates, and like I said, start them bonds.
Yeah, really same answer as him. Everybody mostly reached out, show love. So just to get that support from them is great for sure.
Tony Harvey, NBC Sports Radio. Question for all 3 of you, because I know, Emmanuel, we had mentioned this too about your coach, Kelvin Sampson, who has coached on the collegiate and the professional side, and Darius Nubbs, Calipari, he's on the marquee, as well as Coach Hurley. Just want to get y'all guys' response, them preparing you guys for this process, this next part in your life, your journey, in your careers, and what that means to you. I also noticed, that your coach, Emmanuel, he was at your watch party at your home, and he probably was more excited than you were. But just like to get your reaction about working with those coaches over these years.
I mean, it was probably that was my best decision going to Houston, so I could be coached by him. Great coach, but just an even greater person. I learned a lot from him. Not even basketball related. He's taught me so much about life, and I think he's prepared me for what I'm going to see in the future. At Houston, he puts us through a lot of adversity, and coming into the league, it's not going to be easy. You got to work for a lot of things, and I think that's the main thing he preached to us is that nothing's going to be handed to you. You got to work for everything. and practices too. It's playing for him. He's gonna put you through a lot of things that you probably won't even see, at the next level. So, I think I'm really prepared and glad that I chose him to be my coach.
Yeah, what Emmanuel said too, but Coach Hurley, he changed my life, and I wouldn't be here without him. Just the tough love that he instilled every single day, and just pushing me to be a better person, but person and player at the same time. And I mean, those practices, just the daily habits that we had every single day, it's just those core values that he instilled in me is something that I want to carry over to this organization. Just really getting better every single day, and just knowing how hard it is to win, and that's something I'm excited to bring here.
Yeah, Coach Kyle, he crazy. He crazy, but he like he said about his coach, he more of a family person more than a coach. He care about you. It's deeper than basketball with him. So I learned a lot of life lessons more than basketball from him. And like they say, he prepare you in practice. The game's really easy because when in practice, he make it hard for you. So it was a great plan for him. The whole staff. We had a lot of people over there. Kenny Payne, he coached in the NBA. So just playing for them, it was great for sure.
Darius, Chris Biederman of the Sacramento Bee. Just curious, as you embark on your NBA career now, how do you define the goals that you have for yourself long term for your career and your goals for the Kings now that you're taking over at point guard?
Yeah, it's hard for sure. I know what I want to do. They know what I want to do. That's the reason I'm here. But more than anything, I want to win. I'm pretty sure all of us here want to win. We want to bring that back for sure. And I think we got a great group to do that, not just players, staff too. So just can't wait to get that started for sure.
Ryan Bohammer of Fox Sports Radio. Welcome to Sacramento, guys. Scott, question for you. 4 of your first 5 draft picks have had 4 or more years in college. How much easier does that make the transition for the team? And also, basketball IQ. You mentioned that and the coaches that these guys have played for. Is that where it starts for you when you're looking at who's going to be a Sacramento King?
It's a very important quality to have is the basketball IQ. Look, there's a lot of talent in this league, but I have found during my 26 years in the league that can be a separator. Guys who understand how to play, how to fit with different teammates' skill sets. So yes, we do value that at a very high level. The fact that we've drafted, 4 guys that have had, multiple years of experience uh, it's very important because those guys have been through a lot in college. You heard them both reference the practice times and the years, and I've witnessed the practices at UConn and Houston. So when you talk about being battle tested, they have been battle tested in that, and so. And then there's a certain level of life, more life that they've experienced too. Being 22 years old coming in as versus 19, 18 to 19. So um, it goes back in time a little bit when years ago the draft mostly was guys who were college seniors and juniors. Now we're in the era where most of the draft is going to be one and done. We're fortunate though in a guy like Darius, who I believe is a little more mature than his age, and that's a testament to his family and those who are around him that he comes in as a little bit of an older soul even though he's 19.
Right here in the middle, Marcus D. Smith, USA Today Sports. Just looking ahead to the Summer League California Classic for all 3 of you, what's something that you're going to be focusing on, just kind of looking at the specific roles that you're going to be playing here for the Sacramento Kings?
Number one, winning for sure. Trying to win every game. I think that's all of our goal, but just building that connection with them in this time that we have in the summer, for sure.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it starts with winning. That's the first goal. Yeah, just stepping into my role, getting used to playing with these guys. Playing true to my game. And like I said, getting the chemistry started.
What they said. I mean, winning's always number one for me. Just want to go out there, win the California Classic, win in Vegas, get the team chemistry going out there with the different players, and then just trying to identify what I could do to help make an impact on this Kings team. So just trying to showcase that every game.
Hey guys, down on your left, far left here, Jeremiah Solomon with Sports Radio Service. This is a question kind of for all of you guys. your games have been watched a lot in college and all that, but what would you each say is the most underrated part of your games? Maybe something people don't think about when they think of you guys.
Um, I think it's the IQ that I play with. I think just processing plays and just seeing things develop before they actually happen. I think, especially during my time at UConn, we had a bunch of plays, a bunch of sets, and a lot of read and reacting. So I think definitely the IQ that I could bring to a team.
For me, it's probably my defense. When people see me, they probably think of my shooting, but I like to pride myself on my defense first. I come from a defensive program, so like I said, we take a lot of pride in, getting defensive stops. So I think that's probably the main area of my game.
For me, I'd say my passing. I think I can make others better really well. I think just elevating others, just seeing others shine. I take pride in that, so I'd definitely say my passing.
Graham Womack again, Sacramento Bee. Darius, there was a lot of reporting before the draft, or at least some reporting that obviously the Kings wanted you, but you also wanted to be here. What was your reason for wanting to come to Sacramento?
Just you feel that connection. Like I said, I had a previous relationship with him, of course, but just the coaching staff, Coach Doug, I see a lot of myself in him. So just seeing how real they are, how 100 they are. I wanted to be here, and I know what they got building, so I wanted to be a part of it.
What's up, guys? Brendan Nunes, Sacktown Sports. Welcome to Sacramento. Curious the process for you guys choosing your numbers here. I know, Darius, you're keeping the same number, but what's just kind of the story behind? I heard that number is important to you, and I'm curious the backstory of that and how you two came to picking your numbers here.
Yeah, it came from my dad, of course. He wore it in college. Since I was little, I kind of wore the number, so just been wearing it since around third, fourth grade, and never changed for real. So I always want to continue wearing it for sure for him.
Me, I wore 34 in high school. My life number is 7, so I try to incorporate it. I did 3 + 4 is 7, and I've always tried to keep some form of that. So yeah, just going back to my high school number.
Yeah, Coach Hurley would call me Larry Bird a lot, so he gave me I had to go with 33, and a couple of my options were taken, so I went 33. As a Boston kid too, you're surrounded by Larry Bird memories and just everything that's about him, so just went with that.
Guys, up on your left, I'm Gary Gerald. I've been Kings radio guy for 41 years now, which means I'm really old. But I'm really curious about your early interaction with Scott, with Doug Christie. How many times has the term defense been bounced off your noggins?
With him, it's conditioning. With him, it's conditioning. But yeah, conditioning and defense probably the first 2 words for sure. You hear the most. So I mean, it's what you got to do though. It's the NBA. You need them 2 things. It's 82 games, so you got to take pride in it.
No, definitely. I mean, being around Coach, being around Scott, it's definitely been defense, and then culture is probably the second word I've heard a lot too. Is just establishing a culture and a foundation that you could lean back on through the good and the bad times, and that's something we've definitely talked a lot throughout this process for myself.
Yeah, same. It's been constant talk about defense and culture, and those are 2 words I'm really familiar with. So I'm blessed to be in an organization like this that has the same goals and standards from where I come from.
And I'm just going to add elite conditioning. They're going to get tired of me saying that, but that's what we want to be as a team. We want to be in elite condition. So, but no, these guys embrace it, and we know that they will get there, just like those 2 guys sitting in front as well too. They've heard it enough.
Kenny Caraway over here on your guys' left side. Kenny Caraway, ESPN 1320. First and foremost, welcome to Sacramento. I know it's been a whirlwind week for you guys, getting drafted, getting flown all over the place. All 3 of you guys, has it hit you that you're in the NBA yet? And if it has, when was that moment? Like, oh, I'm here now.
Just now when I had the jersey, that's when it hit me for real. But Nah, getting drafted, that's the ultimate moment. Just being at the table with your family, seeing them smile, that's the best part. So I'd say that too for sure.
Same right now as we speaking. I was telling my parents yesterday it felt like I was on a college visit or something, you know. So, but it's getting more real. But it's getting more exciting too. You know, I'm ready to, just get the ball rolling, getting started. Settle down, get a good routine. And yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think hearing your name called, that's kind of like the moment when you realize you have made it, but now it's just how can I stay in the league? How can I make an impact? And really, what Emmanuel said, just developing a routine on a daily basis to get better.
We appreciate you joining us.
Hey, that's a good one. Hey, how we doing, man? Good to see you. How are you?